A very good day to everyone watching. My name is Deepugh and we will be presenting our group project now. Malaysia. What comes to mind when you hear the name Malaysia? Is it the beautiful warm beaches? Is it the food haven somewhere in Southeast Asia? Or does the image of Petronas Twin Towers just pop up in your head? If those were your thoughts, then you are absolutely right. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country, occupying parts of the Malay Peninsula and the islands of Borneo. It's known for its beaches, rainforests, and mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and European cultural influences. However, did you know that Malaysia has so much more to offer? Today, our group has decided to introduce you to a town we find very underrated in Malaysian tourism. The name of this town is Parit Buntar. Parit Buntar is a town in Kerian District, Perak, Malaysia, and it is bordering to Nibong Tebal in Penang and Bandar Baharu in Kedah. It is also the district known as the Rice Bowl of Perak, due to its large areas of paddy fields. And based on the last known statistics in 2015, this town has a population of over 41,000 residents. But despite being known as the Rice Bowl of Perak, the main economic activity is fishing. So in this presentation, we do our very best to show you what this beautiful town has to offer and let you know why we find this town to be a hidden gem for tourism in Malaysia. We hope to surprise you with the many types of tourism Parit Buntar can offer, as well as elaborate on the advantages and disadvantages tourism in this city will bring to those staying there. Next, I would like to pass the floor to my fellow member to present on natural tourism.
Thanks, Deepugh. I'm Xin Yi. So there are different types of tourism that can be established in Parit Buntar, and let's have a closer look. The first type of tourism is nature tourism. Firstly, tourists can go for firefly watching. At the Firefly Jetty, there are boats that tourists can ride to enter the mangrove swamp along Grand River to watch fireflies at night. Due to limited development of the area, the mangrove trees still sustain a dense concentration of fireflies. Next. Tourists can also go on a sunset cruise by taking a boat ride through Grand River to the open sea, where the floating fish farms are located and experience fish feeding there. This is the largest fish farm in Peninsular Malaysia with more than 150 floating fish farms. Next. Tourists are also recommended to pay a visit to the paddy fields and enjoy the peaceful view of greeneries as well as taking some beautiful photos. It is also a good idea to cycle in the car-free tracks along the paddy fields while enjoying the sea breeze. Next. These nature destinations can be promoted by posting the beautiful sceneries on social media, encouraging others to pay a visit to experience the beauty of nature by themselves. That's all from me, and I will pass to Hwa Hui.
Thanks, Xin Yi. My name is Hwa Hui, and now I'm presenting the beach tourism. Parit Buntar also has a lovely and beautiful beach nearby known as Tanjung Piandang Beach. There is a folklore about this beach where in the early century the land was only filled with paddy field. However, the place is cursed and all the paddy field was turned into sea. If you want to know more about the story, let's go to Parit Buntar. The beach is beautiful and it has a paddy field on the opposite side. It's a great place for people to picnic, watch the view of sunset, fishing, relaxing their minds and having leisure. Next slide. Besides Tanjung Piandang Beach has eye-catching wave breakers concrete along the seaside. The government constructed the wave breaker concrete to avoid wave from inundating the paddy fields. If the tourists are lucky, they will be able to witness the door of the dam on the middle of the sea. Next slide. Furthermore, there are also beautiful places near the beach, such as the landmark I Love Palm Beach, colourful and a unique circular head. Tourists can take pretty pictures with all of this location to remember their time at Tanjung Piandang Beach. Next slide. In order to attract people to this destination, my suggestion will be collab with local travel influencers to tell the story of the destination. Besides, I will also take an initiative to capture creative activities, places around and upload to social media. Thank you. Now I pass to Suhana.
Thank you, Hwa Hui. Parit Buntar has a number of popular places to visit if one is on a food adventure. For example, Asam Laksa. Can I have the next slide, please? Asam Laksa is a widely known dish in Malaysia and can certainly be found anywhere and everywhere in Malaysia. But in Parit Buntar, Pang Lang Asam Laksa is very well known among the locals for their go-to noodle spot. This delicious dish starts at only RM2.50, which is a very affordable price. And there are also 3 types of noodles available, such as vermicelli noodles, steamed laksa noodles, and also live fun. Reservation is definitely much needed as it tends to be sold out very quickly. Next. Along Jalan Taiping, Shangri-La Restaurant, like the infamous hotel, is also a hotspot among the locals. They serve Nyonya food, Western food, and also Hainanese food as well. They are known to be an affordable restaurant and family-friendly too. It is also air-conditioned, which is very convenient for big groups, especially with kids. Next. For tea or snack time, one can head to 888 Rojak at Beach One Coffee House. Any local would definitely recommend this place for any Rojak cravings. What's special about this place is that their vegetarian crackers are homemade and they do not disappoint. A big plate of this delicious Rojak only costs RM6. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Suhana. Hi guys, I'm Loh Wen Qin, and today I would like to present about the religious or spiritual tourism in Parit Buntar. I would like to introduce the Datuk Kong Temple in Parit Buntar, which is rumored to be very efficacious. And this Datuk Kong temple is a Taoist temple which enshrines a god named Datuk Kong. This temple is built in 1884, which has a history more than 130 years. This temple is open daily and will have high traffic on every 1st and the 15th of the lunar calendar. Next, please. And beside that, this temple will hold a festival for Datuk Kong birthday on every 11th day of the 11 months based on the lunar calendar. It is a very jocosious occasion for a resident in the town, as there will be many events like Chinese opera and lion dance. Most of the devotees from all over the countries will come over to pray and show respect to Datuk Kong during this day. And next is how to promote. And to promote this temple, I think the temple can celebrate the Datuk Kong birthday in a bigger manner by having like a night market street on the road of the temple and post it into the social media. Because of the uniqueness of the Parit Buntar geometry, it will surely attract many Chinese devotees and tourism from Perak, Kedah, and Penang. And next is Zili. I'll pass it to Zili for historical tourism. Thank you.
Thank you, Wen Qin. Hello guys, I'm Zili and I'm going to talk about historical tourism in Parit Buntar. There are some historical places in Parit Buntar that can be promoted as historical or heritage tourism. Okay, next slide. Korean River is one of the places that is possible to promote as historical tourism. The river is originated from Highland Bintang Range, and the unique of this river is that it formed a natural boundary between Kedah, Perak, and Penang before discharging into the Strait of Malacca in Libong Tebal. Next, please. Residents of Parit Buntar used this river as their main transportation decades ago before the bridge was built. The river is now transformed into a recreation park named Taman Pinggiran Sungai Korean. To promote tourism for this river, this recreation park can be made use of. For instance, build a landmark at the park to attract crowd attention. Other than that, river cruise can also be introduced for tourists to enjoy landscape along the river. Okay, next. Another possible heritage tourism that can be found in Parit Buntar is the big clock tower. This clock tower was deemed as a symbol for the independence of Malaysia, and it was built in 1959 and unveiling by the first Prime Minister Tunku Abdul Rahman in 24 August 1961. As a way to promote this tourism around the clock tower, street market can be established near or surrounding the heritage building. By this, it will attract the shopping and historical tourists at once. That's all for my part, and now I will pass to Tatya.
Thank you. So my name is Tatya, and I will explain about the impact of tourism. So first, it is understandable that tourism could bring various effects in which could be seen on both positive impact and negative impact. The impact tourism could be divided into 3 categories and its possible factors: economic, social, cultural, and environmental. Right. So first is economical. So the first factor that may increase the positive impact of the economic sector is the increase in tax revenue. The taxes that each tourist unconsciously pay to the government that come from various purchased items and places such as food and accommodation. This subsequently brings tax revenue to the government, and the tax could be increased each year by the government as more tourists are coming in. Furthermore, the boost in the economic sector may come from the employment rate. When a tourism spot is created, it is necessary to provide the visitor with various tourism experiences. Job opportunities would be huge as the services would need numerous manpower. This in turn would furthermore help to reduce the poverty rate of the country as its employment rate is increasing. Next slide. In terms of the social culture, the tourism sector may bring various advantages. Tourist engagement with the host community can be one of the variables affecting a community, since tourists may not be attentive to local heritage. And greater local facilities and infrastructure can enhance local life, leading to better education, healthcare, work possibilities, and revenue. Next. So besides the 2 impacts, there are quite a few positive impacts on the environment. As there is an increase in visitors to tourist places, there would be an increase in environmental protection. The sector would actually help in terms of ensuring water quality, nature protection, and local natural resources. And this would force the government to invest in environmental protection infrastructure and its services. Next, I will look at the negative impact first. So the first negative impact that could occur due to tourism is the price inflation in the local area. And this may lead to over-dependency of the local people to provide services to the visitors. In other terms, tourism become the main economic income of the locals. And oftentimes during the non-peak season, this may lead to a sudden decrease of the local employment due to the closing of the local small businesses. And the negative impact of social culture is the destruction of an area's cultural character, particularly in areas where mass tourism has grown rapidly. It is easier to supply foreign food and drink rather than urging visitors to consume local food. And besides that, locals are often forced to move out from the area in order to make way for tourism development. And lastly, oftentimes during peak season, traffic jams occur due to the high volume mass transport functions, which leads to the increase in air pollution. And the damage in the environment may also come from the tourists themselves, litters and trash, and food waste are often found in the area. And the infrastructure built around the area to actually destroy the natural habitat and actually clear them up. So that's all from me. Thank you so much.
All right. Hi guys, my name is Loh Wei Jie, and now I'm going to talk about recommendation on sustainable tourism product. Next. There are two kinds of tourism product which include tangible and intangible product. Example for tangible product is aeroplane itself, while intangible product is the receipt that you receive from cabin crew. Next. As per mentioned just now, there might be some negative impact that is caused by tourism towards the environment. And the first problem that we are going to discuss is by the transportation, which is a kind of tourism service. Nowadays, people tend to travel by car or motorcycles, and this will cause the emission of greenhouse gases such as CO2 to the environment. This scenario will worsen the climate change that is happening all around us. As a result, the recommendation on sustainable tourism product is by providing electrified scooter. Yeah, I heard that. Now you guys might saying that the manufacturing of the electrified vehicle is even worse than the normal combustion engine vehicle. But trust me, although I can't guarantee on the manufacturing sites, but I can guarantee that at least the electrified scooter will not emit any CO2 while mobiling. Next. Second, researchers also shown that every day there are 55% of printed paper are thrown away. As a result, I would recommend to digitalize accommodation and navigation service. For accommodation wise, I would recommend to transfer the conventional booking into online booking. Also, for receipt, we can replace it with e-receipt. Then, for navigation wise, I would recommend to display the QR code which contain the link of the online map for the tourists to refer. So, next. I will start the conclusion by this quote. It might be nothing in the past or in the present, but it will be something in the future. Although it's just a small town now, but with what we have presented, we believe that Parit Buntar would be a famous tourist spot in the future. Thank you. That's from us.